He did mention ISIS at least, but didn't say Islamic terrorism. What did you make of that? Because this was just hours after it came out that Iran, they've since been returned, but they captured 10 of our sailors.
He has made a mess of everything he's touched in foreign policy. We're not leading, like he said. We're following our allies. We've alienated our allies. We have sought out and appeased our enemies, including Iran. Now you have Israel talking to Saudi Arabia and Egypt because it can no longer trust the United States. And we have Iran, who we're getting ready to reward with $150 billion, releasing its oil money so that it can go out and continue to sponsor proxy terrorism. He brags about his nuclear deal, and yet we have Iran not only has took our sailors hostage, which they wouldn't have done otherwise, but they just violated the agreement by firing ballistic missiles off. And he's afraid to do anything to alienate them. But, you know, he's talking about no existential threats. What about ISIS, which he claims is contained, and yet they're in over 20 countries now? Boko Haram, the Philippines, and every other place in the Middle East that we know about. What about Social Security and the other entitlements, which he doesn't want to reform? He wants to strengthen them. They're already going bankrupt, and they threaten to bankrupt the United States. What about the national debt? And what about the immigration situation that we face and the refugees coming in? We face multiple existential threats. I'll tell you another one, Dana. Nobody talks about this. The threat to the Constitution and the rule of law by a renegade executive and judiciary. That's a big existential threat to the United States, too, a fundamental threat. So he ignores all of those. And the main reason is he doesn't regard the United States the same way we do. It's not an existential threat to the United States if you don't care about the United States as founded. If your sole purpose in being president is to transformationally change the country, then I guess no, it's not an existential threat. It's a great thing that he's doing. And there's another thing I got to mention.
Oh, yeah.
He not only wants to continue to do what he's done the last 7 years, he wants to do this out of office. He sees himself as a transcendent figure. He wants to community organize writ large when he gets out and continue to wreak havoc and divisiveness on this country and change it into some third world utopia. It's unbelievable, Dana, what we're seeing with this guy.